God says, "Listen closely, my beloved soul." There are moments in life when misunderstandings and hidden tensions appear quietly around us. Sometimes people form opinions, make decisions, or speak about situations without fully understanding the truth. When this happens, it can create uncertainty and make a person feel as though something is happening behind the scenes. But in moments like these, the most important thing you can do is remain calm, thoughtful, and aware rather than reacting with fear or anger. Life often places us in situations where we must rely on wisdom instead of quick reactions. When you hear that someone may be speaking against you or questioning your place, it is natural to feel concerned. Yet reacting immediately with worry can cloud your judgment. The stronger response is patience. Patience allows you to step back, observe the situation clearly, and understand what is truly happening before taking any action. God says that not every conversation or plan formed by others will define your future. People may discuss ideas, express opinions, or even misunderstand your intentions, but these things do not automatically determine the outcome of your path. What matters most is how you carry yourself during uncertain moments. When you remain calm and thoughtful, you allow truth and clarity to emerge naturally. There have likely been moments in your life when you felt misunderstood or worried that others might judge you unfairly. These situations can feel uncomfortable, but they also reveal something important about your strength. When you handle such moments with patience, you show that your character is stronger than temporary opinions. Character is built not during easy moments but during the times when you choose wisdom over reaction. God says that every person faces situations where they must prove their integrity through their actions. Words spoken by others may travel quickly, but actions rooted in honesty and respect always reveal the truth over time. When you continue acting with fairness and patience, people begin noticing the consistency of your character. It is also important to remember that sometimes misunderstandings arise simply because communication was incomplete or unclear. Someone may believe something that is not entirely accurate. Someone may interpret a situation differently than you intended. In these cases, calm conversation and clarity can resolve what once seemed like a serious conflict. God says that fear often grows when we imagine the worst possible outcome. But imagination is not always reality. Instead of allowing worry to control your thoughts, focus on what you can do with wisdom and patience. Observe the situation carefully. Speak with clarity when necessary. Most importantly, remain steady in your actions and values. There may be people around you who respect the way you carry yourself even during challenging moments. When you respond calmly and thoughtfully, it encourages others to trust your intentions and understand your perspective. Respect grows when people see that you remain composed rather than reacting impulsively. God says that moments like this are opportunities to strengthen your awareness and maturity. Instead of seeing them only as problems, you can see them as chances to practice patience, communication, and self-control. These qualities help you navigate not only this situation but many future situations as well. Remember that your journey is not determined by a single conversation or a single plan made by someone else. Your journey is shaped by the values you live by and the choices you make each day. When you act with integrity and calm confidence, you protect your path in a way that fear never could. So pause for a moment and breathe calmly. Listen to your thoughts carefully before reacting to anything you hear. Wisdom grows when you allow yourself time to understand a situation fully. Whatever is being discussed around you, the most powerful response you can offer is patience, clarity, and the strength to remain true to your values. God says, "Listen carefully again, my beloved soul, because moments of uncertainty often test the strength of your character." When you hear that someone may be questioning your place or speaking about you behind the scenes, the mind naturally begins imagining many possibilities. Thoughts move quickly, emotions rise, and it becomes easy to assume that the situation is worse than it actually is. Yet wisdom begins when you pause before reacting. A calm mind allows you to see the situation clearly instead of allowing fear or frustration to control your decisions. There have been many moments in life where people misunderstood each other simply because they did not know the full story. Words may have been spoken in haste, assumptions may have been made without clear information, and opinions may have formed before someone truly understood the situation. These kinds of misunderstandings happen more often than people realize. They can make a moment feel heavy, yet they can also be resolved when patience and communication are allowed to guide the response. God says that your greatest strength during times like this is not anger or defense, but awareness. Awareness allows you to observe what is happening without rushing to conclusions. Instead of reacting immediately, you can step back and ask yourself what the situation truly requires. Sometimes it requires a calm conversation. Sometimes it requires patience while the truth becomes visible. And sometimes it simply requires continuing you. Work with honesty until others see your intentions clearly. Remember that the actions you take every day speak louder than the assumptions others might make. Your character is not defined by a single rumor or opinion. It is defined by the consistent way you treat people, the respect you show in your work, and the fairness you demonstrate in your decisions. Over time, people notice these qualities even when misunderstandings temporarily cloud their view. God says that moments of tension also reveal something important about the people around you. When a situation becomes uncertain, those who value fairness will eventually look for the truth rather than relying on assumptions. Those who respect integrity will observe how you respond rather than judging you based on what they hear. By remaining calm and steady, you allow those who seek truth to see your character clearly. There may also be lessons hidden within situations like this. Sometimes challenges encourage you to strengthen your communication skills. Sometimes they remind you to express your perspective clearly so that misunderstandings cannot grow unnoticed. And sometimes they simply teach you patience, reminding you that not every problem needs to be solved in a single moment. God says that patience is not weakness, it is a form of strength. When you choose patience, you give yourself the time needed to understand the situation fully. You allow emotions to settle and clarity to appear. Many conflicts grow worse simply because people react before they have understood the full picture. But when you respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively, you create the possibility for resolution rather than escalation. You may find that as time passes, the situation becomes. God says, "Listen calmly once more, my beloved soul, because moments when you feel that others may be speaking about you or questioning your place can often create many thoughts inside your mind. When situations like this arise, it is natural for the heart to feel unsettled. Yet these moments are also powerful opportunities to strengthen your wisdom, your patience, and your understanding of how life truly unfolds. Not every conversation happening around you has the power to define your future, and not every opinion formed by others reflects the truth of who you are. Sometimes people speak based on incomplete information. Sometimes they misunderstand intentions, or they interpret events from their own perspective without seeing the whole picture. When this happens, their words may create temporary confusion, but confusion does not last forever. Truth has a quiet strength of its own, and with time it often reveals itself through actions rather than arguments. God says that one of the greatest strengths you can develop is the ability to remain steady even when you feel uncertain about what others may be thinking or saying. When a person reacts quickly with frustration or fear, they may create more tension around them. But when a person remains calm and thoughtful, their composure often speaks louder than any words. Calmness allows clarity to appear, and clarity helps others recognize your true character. There may have been moments in your life before when you felt misunderstood. Perhaps you remember situations where someone formed an opinion about you without knowing the full story. At the time, those situations may have felt uncomfortable, yet when you look back now you may notice that the truth eventually became clear. Those experiences may have taught you that patience is often stronger than immediate reaction. God says that your actions, your consistency, and your integrity are the things that truly shape how people see you over time. A single conversation or rumor may travel quickly, but it rarely lasts when it is not supported by reality. When you continue acting with honesty and fairness, people begin noticing the difference between assumptions and truth. This is why remaining grounded in your values is so important during uncertain moments. Instead of focusing on what others may be planning or discussing, focus on the way you carry yourself. Speak clearly when needed, treat others with respect, and continue fulfilling your responsibilities with dedication. These actions create a foundation of trust that is stronger than temporary doubts. God says that every challenge you face has the potential to strengthen your awareness. Situations like this encourage you to observe carefully, to listen thoughtfully, and to communicate with clarity when the moment requires it. These skills not only help resolve present difficulties but also prepare you for future responsibilities and opportunities. You may also discover that some people around you are quietly observing how you respond. They may be watching to see whether you react with anger or whether you remain composed. When you choose patience, you show a level of maturity that earns respect from those who value fairness and understanding. Remember that life often tests people not through easy situations but through moments that require calm judgment. The way you handle these moments becomes part of your personal growth. Each time you choose patience over reaction, you strengthen your ability to navigate complex situations with wisdom. God says that you do not need to carry fear about what others might be saying or planning. Fear creates unnecessary pressure on the heart and mind. Instead, allow yourself to focus on what you can control: your actions, your words, and your attitude toward others. When these remain aligned with honesty and respect, you create a path that protects your integrity. As time moves forward, many situations that once seemed serious begin resolving themselves naturally. Misunderstandings become clear, conversations reveal the truth, and people begin recognizing the character of those around them. When that happens, those who remained patient often stand stronger than those who rushed to judgment. So continue moving forward with calm awareness, my beloved soul. Listen carefully, observe thoughtfully, and trust that patience and integrity will guide you through any moment of uncertainty. The strength you show now will become part of the wisdom that supports you in the future. God says, listen with patience once again, my beloved soul, because when moments of uncertainty appear in your life, they often reveal more about your strength than about the situation itself. When you feel that others may be speaking about you or questioning your place, it can create a sense of pressure inside your thoughts. Yet these moments are also opportunities to practice wisdom, reflection, and self-control. Not every challenge in life arrives to stop your progress. Many challenges appear to teach you how to remain calm and thoughtful even when circumstances feel unclear. Sometimes people act or speak based on their own worries or misunderstandings. They may interpret events differently than you intended, or they may form opinions without fully understanding the situation. When this happens, the most powerful response is not immediate reaction but steady patience. Patience allows you to observe the situation carefully and respond with clarity rather than emotion. God says that character is revealed during moments when it would be easier to react with frustration. When you choose calmness instead of anger, you show that your actions are guided by wisdom rather than impulse. Over time, this consistency becomes visible to the people around you. They begin recognizing that your approach to challenges is thoughtful and balanced. You may also begin noticing that some situations resolve themselves naturally when enough time passes. Conversations that once seemed tense may become clearer when people have the opportunity to understand the full picture. Sometimes individuals who formed quick judgments later realize that their assumptions were incomplete. When this happens, truth quietly restores balance without the need for conflict. God says that your focus during this time should remain on the values that guide your life. Continue speaking with honesty, continue acting with respect, and continue fulfilling your responsibilities with dedication. These actions build a foundation that cannot easily be shaken by temporary misunderstandings. There may be moments when you feel tempted to defend yourself immediately or explain everything at once. Yet wisdom sometimes requires choosing the right moment rather than the quickest moment. When the time is right, calm communication can help clear confusion and restore understanding. Until then, patience allows you to maintain clarity in your thoughts. God says that every experience you face contributes to your growth as a person. Situations that require patience strengthen your emotional balance. Moments that challenge your confidence encourage you to trust your values more deeply. These lessons become part of the wisdom you carry throughout your life. It is also important to remember that your path is shaped by your actions rather than by temporary opinions. The effort you put into your work, the fairness you show toward others, and the integrity you maintain during difficult moments all contribute to how your journey unfolds. When these qualities remain steady, they guide your future more strongly than any rumor or assumption. God says that clarity often appears when people observe actions over time. Those who watch your behavior carefully will notice the consistency of your character. They will see how you respond during moments of pressure and how you continue moving forward with determination and respect. So allow yourself to remain calm and thoughtful, my beloved soul. Continue walking your path with patience and awareness. Situations that feel uncertain today may reveal important lessons tomorrow. When you choose wisdom over reaction, you transform challenges into opportunities for growth and understanding. Remember that strength is not always shown through loud responses or quick arguments. Sometimes the greatest strength appears through quiet confidence and steady integrity. By remaining true to your values, you protect your path and allow truth to reveal itself naturally as time moves forward. If this message resonated with you, comment, "I choose patience and wisdom." And don't forget to like the video and subscribe, so you keep receiving messages that guide and strengthen your journey.